For the best and latest podcasts available anywhere, go to the podcast app on your cell phone and type in GSMC to access free content-rich podcasts on health and wellness, book reviews, sports, entertainment, relationships, social media, movies, technology, finance, and even weird news. Subscribe and download the GSMC Podcast Network's family of shows, available everywhere podcasts are found.
Welcome back to the GSMC Dead Ball Sports Podcast, hosted by GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Nolan Jamber. First two, talked about the NFL. Last segment, talked about the NBA. And we're sticking with the NBA. With this segment, we're previewing the games for tonight, even though there's only two. And the next segment to end it off, talk about the Eastern Conference playoffs. But, okay, 2 games tonight. One of them will be good. One of them most likely won't be good. We'll talk about the not good one first. The first seed versus the 8th seed in the East, Cleveland Cavaliers versus Miami Heat. I really thought that the Miami Heat could get a few games out of this, maybe push it to a 6-game series, but they just couldn't. The Miami Heat, the Cleveland Cavaliers are going into Miami with a 3-0 lead, looking to sweep the Miami Heat. And it sucks because I do enjoy the Heat come playoff time. I mean, even without Jimmy Butler, I was following them the first 2 games, and I didn't even watch the last game because I knew they were going to lose. And tonight, I think the same thing's going to happen. I think they're going to lose. They're just outmatched. I think that the Cleveland Cavaliers roster and players overall are just so much better than the Miami Heat. Evan Mobley, he's just a phenomenal defender, one of the best players, honestly, one of the best defenders in the league. DPOY for a reason, or candidate for it. Phenomenal player overall. Jared Allen, a phenomenal big. Him and Bam been a really good series, match up against each other. But I just think overall that Jared's a better overall player. He's been getting more boards. He's been playing bigger basketball. He's playing big boy, and he's been, he's embodying Bam all series. Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, one of the best guard combos in the league. Tyler Hero is really kind of the guy, I guess you'd say, for Miami. It isn't playing great this whole series, but it's basically Miami Heat basically have 1 Tyler Hero. The Cleveland Cavaliers have 2, with Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. And they just can't seem to match it. I mean, the Cavs are just overall a better overall team than the Miami Heat, and there's not much else to say more about that. They're just a better overall team. They can't seem to stop them on any side of the ball. Offense, defense, they just can't seem to get a stop, or they can't seem to score points. I feel like the Cleveland Cavaliers defense is very good. They have a very good defensive squad. I mean, you got the potential DPOY in your team that's going to help. Jared Allen's a phenomenal big center. Even if you don't see a lot of guards playing some good defense, Mitchell is playing some very good defense this year as a guard. Darius Garland, he's got room for improvement, I'll say. But it's just, I really wish I thought the series was 100% going to go to, maybe 6 games. I thought the Heat could grab a few, but I was proven wrong. I thought, 100% could, and they're probably going to lose tonight to be the other, the 1-8 in the Western Conference, Thunder versus Grizzlies. Thought, maybe the Grizzlies could get 1 or 2. They got 4-0 swept. And the same thing's going to happen in the East. I thought they couldn't get 1 or 2. They're also going to get 4-0 swept, which sucks because, Miami basketball is always fun to watch come playoff time. And without Jimmy Butler, it is going to get it done. And Jimmy Butler really kind of proved how good and valuable Butler was to the Heat. And with him gone, not only were they not in the playoffs, they were a play-in team as the last seed. If Jimmy Butler stayed and never, sat out for as long as he did, and never requested a trade, the Heat 100% could have been like a 6-5 seed, maybe even a 4. They're a great team. With Jimmy Butler, they were a great team, but just couldn't get it done this year. Unfortunately, I thought that, could have made a little push. Maybe some people were, saying they could upset the Cavaliers. I didn't agree with them, but I kind of wished that something like that happened. It didn't. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen. And the series is going to end tonight with Cleveland taking home the 4-0 win in Miami in front of their own crowd to, move on to the next round, which sucks, but that's just how it goes sometimes, unfortunately. So I got something in my eye. I keep rubbing my eye. There's something in it. Not sure what it is, but it'll get out. The other game for the night, there's only two, like I said. The other game tonight is the good game, the one that I will 100% be tuning in to watch, which is the Houston Rockets versus the Golden State Warriors. This series is currently tied 2-1, or not tied. Houston's currently up 2-1, but they're playing in Golden State tonight. The problem is Jimmy Butler, he's out. Jimmy Butler's not playing. He had that injury, that pelvic contusion, I believe is what it was, and he's out. I mean, he may come back maybe next series if they make it there, but with Jimmy Butler out, it's not looking too bright. I mean, Jimmy Butler, when he was playing, was such a valuable player for the Golden State Warriors come playoff. I mean, he was in the Heat too. He was a very valuable player come playoff time, and playoff Jimmy was really in effect. And with him gone, it's a huge miss. I mean, just sucks. I mean, you still got Steph Curry, who's still shooting phenomenal. You got Draymond Green, who's playing great defense. But you don't really have a set-in-stone center. Moses Moody, I mean, yeah, but he's more of a forward than a center, honestly. So they really don't got, they can't match. Alperen Sengun is, the best player. He's the best big on the court when he's out there, and he's playing great so far this series. Jalen Green's been playing really good. Amen Thompson has shown why he was a top 5 pick last year. Phenomenal overall player. The Houston Rockets, even as a 2 seed, I thought, very inexperienced in the playoffs, very young team. If Jimmy Butler stayed healthy, I think they'd be up 2-1 right now and possibly getting the 3-1 lead tonight to, upset them in the playoffs. But with Butler being out now, I just don't see it happening. I think Jimmy Butler being out was a huge loss for the Warriors. And I think, if they manage to win tonight, I could still see the Houston Rockets winning at 6. Just they're better. Yeah, experience matters in the playoffs, but when you have a team with a fully healthy Rockets team, who is one of the best teams in the league, versus a injured Warriors team against really basically just Steph Curry, they're gonna win. They're gonna win this series. And I honestly thought, I was a firm believer on the Golden State upset. But like I said, with Jimmy Butler being out, that's kind of just gone away from me now. I've kind of flown past that. I've kind of accepted that hopefully they can, come back and take it to 7. Will they win it? I doubt. Unfortunately, it sucks to say it. I doubt that it happens. But that's playoff basketball. Stuff happens. Teams lose players, and next guy up's got to step up and play the best ball that he can, which does suck, but it's how it is. So hopefully they can come back, win a game or two, take it to 7, maybe move on. Maybe advance and fight to survive. But we'll have to wait and see. But tonight it's going to be a very, very important game in Golden State, playing at the Oracle. And if they can win tonight, they can still show that, yeah, we're still in it to win it. If they lose tonight, I'm calling it series. I'm calling it at that point, which sucks because this is supposed to be, like a really good series. And losing Jimmy Butler, if he's the key deciding factor and the Warriors losing 4-1, brutal break. It's a horrible loss for them, but hopefully they win and Jimmy Butler can come back healthy next series and just continue to dominate like he's done so far in the playoffs. That's all I got for this segment. The next and final segment, talk about the Eastern Conference playoffs. Something I want to talk about over there. So I'll talk about that after the break.